Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought we'd go through my favourite setting powders. Powders that I repurchase, powders that I love and think generally work. So let's start off with, if you're wearing a liquid foundation, you could use these for all mineral foundations as well if you wanted to. But what I mainly love to use when setting my liquid foundation is Huda Beauty Easy Bake in Pound Cake. I haven't got a lot left of this. Now, I don't like the high fragrance of this, but I've had it for so long the fragrance has practically disappeared, and I am aware that they do a fragrance free. Now, this is in the shade Pound Cake, which is not translucent, it's got a slight, maybe skin-like tone to it. What I like about this powder is it's incredibly fine. It's so fine and soft, and it sets my foundation, typically double wear, without adding any alternative colour. It doesn't oxidize, it doesn't turn the foundation darker, because sometimes you can add a powder and it just does something to your foundation. This doesn't do, oh, I need to sneeze. This doesn't do that. It just sets like you want it to. It doesn't make things look overly caked on. I found with the Laura Mercier, it would just make my makeup look too makeup-y, if that makes sense. I feel like it's thicker in consistency. Whereas this is so smooth, you barely see it when it goes onto the skin. You just don't see it, and it sets beautifully. It doesn't look powdery, and it lasts really well. I really love this with double wear. So yeah, highly recommend. The next powder I really love is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Oh, this is double wear. Sheer Flattery Translucent Soft Glow, because I wrote to Estee Lauder, asked them, can you just make a new double wear range, like double wear bronzer, double wear powder, but this is double wear. Okay, I did not know that. This is Translucent Glow. It's not a glowy powder, even though it says it's a glowy powder. It's incredibly fine. I've done a few videos on this, so do check out my channel. Why it's called Glow is because the tone of the powder is slightly peachy, and what that does, once applied to the skin, it gives a very soft peachy glow. It's beautiful on the skin. Again, feather light, you don't feel it. It sets the makeup beautifully, but because it's got that glow, it can tend to warm up your foundation. If you've got a really pale foundation, then this would work really well over it. But I find this over double wear, it can, I don't know if it's oxidizing it or if the peach tone, because it says translucent, but the peach tone kind of gives it a warmer tone. I notice it when I wear the Huda and this. After a few hours, I feel like my face has gone a little bit darker, whereas the Huda doesn't. It just stays the same shade. I love this, specifically in the summer when you want that extra warmth. It's beautiful. They do have a matte version as well, which I'd like to try, but I don't think they have the matte in a translucent. And for me, with my double wear shade, which is quite a warm shade anyway, I prefer just something translucent on top. But this is a firm favourite. It's beautiful. Now, if I want a little bit more coverage on top of my liquid foundation, this is where I go in with a foundation powder. And Vichy Dermablend has been a favourite of mine forever and a day. It's completely finished. Well, I've been scraping the edges and I have to get another one, but I think they've discontinued it, but you can find it online somewhere. I love this. I love a powder foundation over a liquid. I've always loved that because it just gives that flawless finish. If you have imperfections or you just want that really clean finish, then a foundation powder over your liquid is beautiful. I loved the Bare Pro over my double wear, and I loved, What else do I love? bareMinerals Matte over a foundation is gorgeous as well, because I find with bareMinerals Matte, it doesn't give very much coverage, but over a foundation, it's beautiful. This, however, is full coverage. So it's called Compact Foundation High Coverage Covermatte. So you could actually wear this on its own and you would get full coverage. It's got SPF of 25. It's super, super buttery. And although it's high coverage, it doesn't look like anything on the skin. So I've got it on today. When you powder it onto the skin, it just magically smooths out your skin. You don't even see the powder on the skin. It's that good. It's so buttery and smooth, and it just gives a wonderful, you know, flawless finish to skin. It's a great one to carry in your handbag if you want to touch up throughout the day. It's got a little sponge at the bottom, a really good sponge as well. I used to take this on holiday with me, because you know when you'd go out for the day sightseeing and you'd come back and you'd kind of lay down for a bit, maybe have a nap and go out for dinner later. I would always touch up with this on my chin or wherever. I never redo my makeup ever anywhere. Once I've done my makeup, I've done my makeup and that's it. So I will just touch up where needed, which is never unless I've had a nap, you know, and I'm going out in the evening, you know. But I absolutely love this if you've got acne scarring or large pores, or you just feel like it's not enough. Rather than applying too many layers of your liquid, just apply one light layer with a beauty blender and set with a high coverage powder foundation, and your foundation is going to look beautiful. There we go. And my last is for your mineral makeup, Mineral Veil. I've recently started adding this to my bareMinerals foundation routine, because I used to just wear the bareMinerals and not set it with anything, maybe MAC Fix Plus. But recently I've been setting with the Mineral Veil, and it just leaves such, I mean, this is just so fine. It leaves such a beautiful finish. I was looking at a photo the other day and I was like, why does my skin look so creamy and matte? What did I know I was wearing bareMinerals, but what did I do? And I realised it was the Mineral Veil. And it also has great longevity, so it makes your foundation last a bit better. I know with the original, some people may not like the sheen, so this is really good at counteracting that sheen, and it gives just a flawless finish. It's absolutely beautiful. I buff it on over bareMinerals with a really light fluffy brush, and it is just gorgeous. I've also used this to set tinted moisturisers. So if I'm wearing, which is very rare by the way, if I'm going to go for a no makeup look, I'll just use bareMinerals. But I was wearing, I think, a Boreum BB cream the other day, you know, just for fun. And I set it with this and it worked beautifully. So you could, in fact, of course, set a normal foundation, a liquid foundation with this. It's very, very light. So if you really are a powder phobe, then you might love this because it's so, so light. And it just whisks away any shine, any pores. You can use this before your foundation and after. And I have pots of this stuff because I used to always buy sets, and I never liked the Mineral Veil in the past, but recently I find that it works really, really well. So highly recommend. And what's wonderful about Mineral Veil and bareMinerals is there's so many different ones. This is the original Mineral Veil, which gives a soft matte finish. You can get illuminating Mineral Veil, which is beautiful. It just gives you that lovely sort of light glow. Then you've got tinted Mineral Veil. So if you've got a very pale foundation, again, that tinted Mineral Veil is just going to give you that, it's just going to make the foundation match a bit better. It's just going to give you that bit of, you know, warmth over the skin. It's so, I used to have it and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I think it had SPF 25 at the time, and I thought it was amazing. And I think, yeah, so tinted Mineral Veil, illuminating Mineral Veil, yeah. And occasionally they'd come out with, you know, a limited edition, a glowy one. And it reminds me of this Estee Lauder because they came out years ago when it was like a Christmas edition with a jeweled box. It had like a jewel on the top. And again, it was that peachy shade. And what that peach does, it just brightens the skin tone, it brightens the complexion. So whether your foundation is looking a bit grey or you're looking a bit grey, sometimes I find with my bareMinerals Original 03, fairly light at the moment, I feel like it keeps casting grey. So I have to keep counteracting it. I wonder if I should change to I've been looking online, maybe number 7 or 4, I don't know. But at the moment, I feel like it's too pale and it's casting grey. So a peachy shade over the top of that will work really nicely, or a tinted mineral veil will really work beautifully. But yes, so there we have it. Those are my favourite setting powders. I love a setting powder. I swear by a setting powder because I've got oily skin. So for me, it is important to get the right one. And yes, sometimes it is trial and error, and I do like a little bit of a wardrobe of powders so I can decide which I like. With some foundations, I like others. So it just depends on your mood. And then of course, I set with a setting spray. So you never have to worry about, is it going to look too powdery? Is it going to look too made up? Because once you've set that spray, it just melts everything in. It just makes everything look more lived in, more blended, and it's just, they go hand in hand. So let me know down below some of your favourite setting powders, because I would love to know. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.